More people have fled the state of Illinois than any other state in the nation, according to the latest analysis from Allied Van Lines. Their Allied Magnet States report shows that in previous years, Illinois made like the top 10. Well, this year, Illinois led all other states in outbound migration when it comes to people moving to other areas. So Allied President Steve McKenna, he said that the data is very revealing when it comes to where exactly Illinoisans are moving and for what reasons.
In migrations that helps not only local folks that are interested in these types of things, especially in the real estate markets and others. I think it also provides a good data source for our corporate buyers as they look to see where people are moving, especially for work purposes and the like.
So Allied's research showed that various states are getting Illinoisans from various parts of Illinois, and the highest percentage of outbound migrants from Illinois to other states went to places like Phoenix, Dallas, Nashville. You had people from Chicago moving to even California, and a variety of different factors play into this, of course, with economic issues, high taxes, jobs, obviously, maybe climate.
Illinois is primarily work and cost of living. People are looking to lower their cost of living by eyeing the Sun Belt.
So again, the Allied Magnet States report just released shows that Illinois had the highest percentage of outbound residents fleeing the state in 2021. So what are lawmakers doing at the statehouse to help address those types of issues? Not really made clear, but there was a lot of back and forth in a Senate executive committee about a variety of different things. In particular, how much debt Illinois has for unemployment and how much fraud from the high levels of unemployment spurred on from the COVID-19 pandemic and the government's reaction to it. How much fraud is there? That was an answer that senators in the Illinois Senate Executive Committee weren't able to get from the now director of the Illinois Department of Employment Security, Kristen Richards. Here's just some of that exchange from yesterday. You'll hear Kristen Richards lay out some of the things that she knows right now, but then some of the overarching questions that senators have, in particular, State Senator Jason Plummer sharing some of his thoughts as to what exactly are the issues that we need to know as taxpayers when it comes to unemployment fraud. So here's a little bit of that exchange.
Interestingly, on March 17th, just last Thursday, the Inspector General for the United States Department of Labor testified before a Senate Homeland Security Committee. I believe the words that he used were that the pandemic conditions created a perfect storm for fraud, explaining that the issues in the PUA program specifically created pain points for state workforce agencies. In his testimony, he estimated that roughly 18.7% of payments during the pandemic outside of the PUA program, so just looking at regular UI and related benefits, were made improperly. A few states have released numbers up to this point in time. I believe Arizona has announced about $4 billion in fraudulent payments. Michigan is estimating 8, and Pennsylvania estimating 6. So again, this is an issue for states and territories, and we are working with our financial operations team, our Do It team, and with our auditors to quantify that figure.
The pandemic was unexpected. It was hopefully a once in a lifetime experience for a lot of people. I'm sure not saying that IDS did anything wrong, but I'm not saying these other states did anything wrong. But at the end of the day, we're responsible to taxpayers, we're responsible to the people. We'd like to know a number. And the longer it goes without getting a number, when all these other states are presenting their best guesses, sure is odd. So is there an idea when we might have a number?
Sir, I'm not going to begin to speculate. It is something that we're working on. However, it is something we are working on internally.
So again, that was just some of the exchange between Kristen Richards with the Illinois Department of Employment Security, still not able to show how much fraud there's been from the COVID-19 pandemic's impact on unemployment insurance. But you have lawmakers debating how to go about paying an existing $4.5 billion unemployment insurance debt. but we still don't know how much fraud there's been. So how are taxpayer resources really going to be kept intact with all of that? Meanwhile, you have this issue of the Prisoner Review Board, where state senators discussed some of the various elements of the governor's Prisoner Review Board nominees, and the Senate approves them. And then if they get approved, they are on a board where they make decisions as to whether to let people out of prison. And in particular, this has been an interesting back and forth because you have the governor appointing people and then withdrawing them and then reappointing them. And that caused some concerns for State Senator Jason Plummer, who raised those yesterday during the Senate Executive Appointments Committee.
Ever since the governor started this game of appointing and then withdrawing and then reappointing people who were then unfortunately put in a very difficult situation. And so going back to that perception of a conflict of interest, going back to that autonomy that members of the PRB are supposed to have and the lack of influence they're supposed to receive from other folks, I'm looking at data right now in front of me that shows these trends towards more releases ever since the position has been held hostage by this gamemanship, this unfortunate politicalization of something that should not be political.
So again, that was State Senator Jason Plummer critical of Governor J.B. Pritzker appointing a Prisoner Review Board member, them doing the work, but then withdrawing the name to only reappoint it later. Democrats say that it's all within the bounds of the Senate rules. So some of what happened yesterday at the State House.
From the Fly SPI studio.